What's going on, boys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at the Havoc Demon Hunter on the 9.0 PTR. Today we'll be covering changes to the class, the talent changes, and some thoughts on how it feels to play. Let's get into it. Just as a reminder, I do stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday on Twitch. There's a link to that in the description below. The Havoc Demon Hunter hasn't received a huge overhaul like some specs are getting in Shadowlands, but the changes made I feel are very impactful and really add to the spec's enjoyment. First off, we have 120 Fury baseline. This is wonderful because then we won't be overcapping as much with the talent Blind Fury. And also it's good to have extra Fury to pool, so you can pool up to 3 Chaos Strikes now for like a priority target or something on an ad encounter. We also have Immolation Aura baseline. This no longer requires a talent. It generates 20 Fury instantly. This is wonderful because I think it opens up a talent row for us and gives Havoc Demon Hunters more choice. Long-term Havocs know that Immolation Aura was basically too good to skip out on, and so having it baked into the spec is very nice. Blizz has also decided to give us some additional ranks for baseline abilities. So this is as we level up in Shadowlands, we'll gain these ranks. At level 52, we gain Fell Rush, rank 3, which increases the damage of Fell Rush by 25%. We have Metamorphosis, rank 4, at level 54, which when you activate Metamorphosis, the cooldown of Eye-Beam and Blade Dance is immediately reset. We have Chaos Strike rank 3 at level 56, which Chaos Strike damage is increased by 10%. And then we have the big bad Furious Gaze at level 58. When Eye-Beam finishes channeling, your haste is increased by an additional 15% for 12 seconds. This is an Azerite trait in BFA right now, but 15% haste for basically a 50% uptime, because Eye-Beam's cooldown is only 30 seconds, is very, very strong. This is, I would say it's stronger than the Azerite trait because the Azerite trait gave haste rating. This gives flat 15% haste. So at lower gear levels, this is going to feel amazing. Now, the bad news. Metamorphosis doesn't, and Blade Dance doesn't give 100% chance to dodge anymore. This is a blow to Demon Hunters defensively, but to be honest, I think they're just fine. Being less tanky, slightly less tanky, isn't really that bad, and they still have some strong CDs. And in PvP, I think we'll be gaining enough to make up for this. Overall, I'm super happy with these changes to the spec as a whole. They feel to really align with what Havoc Demon Hunter excels at. So we have the level 15 row. Blind Fury hasn't changed, Demonic Appetite hasn't changed, and Fellblade hasn't changed. But I think we'll be seeing more choice within this tree, or within this row rather, because of the changes to the preceding rows. Level 25, Insatiable Hunger is changed slightly. Demon's Bite deals 20% more damage and generates 5 to 10 additional Fury. This is a slight mechanics change. It used to say up to 10 additional Fury. Now it always gives at least 5 additional baseline with an additional 5 somewhere within that range, probably averaging around 7. This is a good change. Sometimes this talent felt dead because you weren't getting the benefit from it sometimes. We have Burning Hatred, which turns Immolation Aura back to its BFA state. Generates 20 Fury baseline, but this talent causes it to generate an additional 60 Fury over 12 seconds. And Demon Blades is here and unchanged. Trail of Ruin is here, also unchanged. We have Unbound Chaos. So Unbound Chaos is pretty sweet. When you activate Immolation Aura and you Fell Rush, you have this demon come down and slam the enemies there. And it hits pretty hard. I think this will play really well with the momentum playstyle. Plus it's nice to have burst and make it seem like your Fell Rush is impactful and not just a movement ability. And we also have Glaive Tempest. So Glaive Tempest, as we come in here, we can generate some Fury and pop Glaive Tempest. It throws your glaives around you, dealing some AoE damage. It costs 30 Fury and it's on I think a 20-second cooldown reduced by haste. This is really strong, and it's basically Fury the Illidari from Legion, if you remember the artifact weapon. It's really nice to have on-demand AoE burst like. The level 35 row has seen some changes to every single one of them. Soul Rending, Leech is increased by 5% as opposed to 10, and you gain an additional 25% Leech while in Metamorphosis. This is up from 10. So this used to be 10 and 10, 10% Leech baseline, and then 10% additional during Metamorphosis. So that's good. That's our basic survivability thing. We'll be taking this a lot in raids. Desperate Instincts now reduces damage taken by an additional 10%. This is down from 15. And Netherwalk is a 3-minute cooldown, up from 2 minutes. I understand that the changes they made here, Demon Hunters had a lot of defensive utility, and I think they're trying to make them more of a traditional leather class and distinguish them from rogues a bit. Level 40 row, Cycle of Hatred, Chaos Strike refunds now reduce the cooldown of I-Beam by 3 seconds. It used to be reduce the cooldown of Metamorphosis by, I believe, 5 seconds. This is a lot more useful, I think. This will see a lot more play. It's nice to have additional uptime on Furious Gaze. So being able to have an I-Beam get down to even a 20-second cooldown really increases that haste benefit. So that'll be strong. I don't know if it'll overtake First Blood, which is here and unchanged, reduces the cost of Blade Dance by 20 and increases its damage to the first target. And then we have Essence Break. Essence Break replaces Dark Slash. And this is basically a War Breaker for Demon Hunters. So you come in here and you hit Essence Break, and it debuffs them all, causing them to take 40% increased damage from your Chaos Strike and your Blade Dance. This is a cool window, and I think it's interesting to have for maybe like a priority target, like we were saying before. This gives Demon Hunters a little bit more burst potential there. I'm not sure if you use it for its AoE component, but we'll wait for the mathematicians on that one. The level 45 row is completely unchanged. This is just our CC row. The level 50 row, Demonic, has seen a slight nerf. I-Beam causes you to enter demon form for 6. I think that this is a good change because it opens up the possibility for the next 2 talents, but we'll see. And then Momentum, Fell Rush increases your damage done by 15%. This is unchanged. And Fell Barrage. So Fell Barrage has moved down from the level 30 row. And this gives us an on-demand, bursty pulse AoE around you. It hits all enemies. Oh, I'm sorry, up to 8 enemies within 8 yards. Now, I think in BFA this is actually targeted, so you can target this Imprisoned Imp, hit Fell Barrage from range and channel it over there. This requires you to be next to the target in order for it to work. Overall, I think the talent changes are pretty sweet. I can see some various builds happening here with Demon Hunter for different content, and I think that that's really good. As fun as the baseline Demonic playstyle is, it's been the best since the end of Legion, and so it's really hard to get into it anymore. It seems like the same thing over and over again. I think what's really nice about this talent tree is you can sort of see synergies right off the bat. So if I was going into a Mythic Plus scenario and I was like, what talent should I take? You know, I'll probably take First Blood because it reduces the cost and it's pretty strong. Glaive Tempest is a pretty obvious choice here. Blind Fury for the additional Fury from I-Beam and its additional duration, so more damage from I-Beam. Burning Hatred, Glaive Tempest, and Fell Barrage. And so we're here, we're pulling stuff, we charge in, we're generating Fury with Immolation Aura here. We can channel Fell Barrage. When Fell Barrage is finished channeling, we can I-Beam. Now we have this full Fury bar that we can just dump into Chaos Strikes. And pretty soon, we have Glaive Tempest off cooldown. So Demon Hunter has really constant AoE pressure. It does right now also, but bringing back Glaive Tempest, Flash Fury with the Illidari, they're the same thing, really adds some oomph to that and keeps them pressure all the time, especially with the Furious Gaze that we're getting. 15% haste is going to make this pretty close to a 15-second cooldown. So you're going to have this up every other Blade Dance. Every other Blade Dance, you're going to be able to Glaive, which is insane. That's so much AoE pressure all the time. Demon Hunter, they're going to continue to be amazing in Mythic Plus, provided the tuning's there. I think overall, the changes to Demon Hunter are pretty amazing, and I think I've said that before. A lot of people have been complaining about the changes because, oh my goodness, Demon Hunter's getting nerfed. Oh my goodness, Demonic's getting nerfed. What are we going to do? Demon Hunters are still going to be strong. They're still simple, but fun, and that's what I really like about them. They're a great ult to have. I think the Momentum playstyle really gains a lot from Unbound Chaos. Being able to, okay, charge up your Fell Rush and then pop in, so you have the 15% damage buff plus the demon exploding on top of your targets, makes Momentum viable in AoE, and it also, you know, really adds things to the single target rotation. Also, it gives you something to manage. It makes you worry about your positioning, and I think that that's important. I think that it's important to manage all of these separate CDs so you can get the most out of your character. I think in BFA and prior, they've kind of been the cheesy couple button spec. They're kind of compared to Beast Mastery Hunters, where it's just, hey, you know, just spam your buttons and don't cap Fury, and you're doing the best a Demon Hunter can do. I think Essence Break, whether or not it'll be used, increases the skill cap. I think Momentum increases the skill cap. And I think these different cooldowns to manage in an AoE situation also increases the skill cap. And I think overall that's good for the community and good for the spec. Anyway, guys, that's it for Havoc Demon Hunters. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Have you guys tested this out? Do you like the Demon Hunter changes? Do you hate them? Let me know. If you like this video, please click like. Also, as a reminder, I do stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday on Twitch. Link to that is in the description below. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one.